Hi, how many times have you said or heard, I am way too busy to sleep. I've got too much to do, and sleep is just getting into the way of getting all of that. That's what a lot of people will say if they're only getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. And some people can get by with it for at least a period of time. But for most people, sleep is just an elusive thing. And this isn't secondary to busy schedules. It's more secondary to underlying medical conditions that are getting in the way and allowing them to get good, restful sleep. So, what happens to our body when we don't get enough sleep? Cardiovascular disease is one of the disease processes that kind of thrives on us not getting sleep. It's been contributed to things like heart disease, hypertension, strokes. Many of our memory issues can be attributed to lack of sleep as well. We make poor decisions. We're not able to function as well at work. We forget things around the house. We may have some difficulty with driving and get distracted way too easily. And it also leaves you wide open for decreased immune health, leaving you susceptible to things like colds and flus. Frequently, inflammation is one of the underlying causes for sleep deprivation. This can be secondary to life choices, including smoking and alcohol, as well as from increased stress from trying to do too much, taking on too many things, not figuring out how to deal with the stress that's around us. Sugars and caffeine can also be a problem, but genetically, some people can tolerate this very, very well. For years, I struggled with getting either to sleep or staying asleep. I was working in an extremely stressful job. I had a lot of things going on at home. I had a lot of things that I felt like I couldn't say no to doing, so my stress level kept going up and up. I may get to sleep, but then my brain would go into overdrive and I kind of remember everything that I needed to do the next day, and I was getting more and more sleep deprived and noticing that I was having increasing memory issues, increasing fatigue. I found functional medicine and determined with some diet changes as well as a good sleep hygiene program, I was able to get to sleep and stay asleep much better. There are literally hundreds of advertisements every day that bombard us, from social media to TVs to radios to magazines, of sleep aids, all trying to get you to spend your money on them. I know a number of people that have tried these, and they may work for a day or two and then they seem like they don't get the same benefits. There's a number of pharmaceuticals that are prescribed on a regular basis. These may allow people to get to sleep, but they don't always feel rested, and they come with a plethora of side effects. So what if I told you the best medicine is in your kitchen? Melatonin is one of those medications that you can buy over the counter, and some people do really well with this. However, others have just the opposite effect, and they stay wide awake. This may be because, number one, it's not absorbed well, or number two, it's at a level that is actually interfering with our normal melatonin levels. So where else can you get melatonin? How about you get that from cherries, from walnuts, from almonds, from fatty fish and chamomile tea? Sounds like a whole lot easier way to get some good sleep and added melatonin. So quantity of sleep is one thing, but what about your quality of sleep? How do you know how well you sleep? If we keep track of our sleep patterns by an app on a phone, a Fitbit, an Oura Ring, something that can actually give us that information as to how well we're sleeping, we're going to have much better outcomes. If after trying a few changes, you're still struggling with getting a good night's sleep, you're having other issues as far as things like aches and pains and body aches, then call me. Let's schedule a free 20-minute consultation. Let's see what's going on with you and see if we can't get to the root cause of all of your problems.